I listen to it all the time. I tell all my friends to Smack It Raw.
Following podcast contains mature content. The views and opinions expressed by the host are not necessarily those of the host. Listener discretion is advised. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the number one wrestling podcast, formerly on Pornhub, Smackin It Raw. I am your host, the patron saint of podcasts and the Warden Mad Ritter, and I'm here with my co-host, who I just found out before the show is abandoning me. So if I have lost all of my energy and personality,
you're literally going to be fine. You're literally
it's her fault. She is host of the She League Showcase. One half of Getting Off. She'll be here tomorrow and next Sunday for those shows.
Yeah, it's fine.
But not next week for Smackin It Raw. So I got to figure that out now. She is Miss Katie Kinsey, baby.
Yeah, hi.
Shows you. Well, you co-host this too, but you're here already, and I already called you the co-host. But there are no more shows. Not anymore. There used to be. Used to be so many shows.
Well, times are
formerly the hardest working woman in podcasting today.
I still am. It's just all behind the scenes bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, hey, I wrote something in less than 24 hours. I'm killing it.
We're very proud of you. And before we get into why you wrote what you wrote and you plug what you wrote, we have some things to talk about. First and foremost, twitch.tv/Creation World. Ladies and gentlemen, over there on Twitch at twitch.tv/Creation World, or just on Twitch in general. If you've got Amazon Prime and you've got Prime Gaming, you link that to your Twitch account and you get a free subscription every month that you can give to me. Nobody else. Actually, your favorite Twitch streamer. It could be Katie over at the She League Showcase. It could be our friends over at Rivet City Radio, or anyone that you enjoy on Twitch. The whole point of that free subscription is it costs you absolutely nothing because you're already paying for Amazon Prime, and it allows you to support your favorite content creators. Show them a little love, help them, along their journey of creating and entertaining you with content. Speaking of entertaining, youtube.com/Creation World, where it is free to like, to subscribe, to comment. Katie, what does that do?
It boosts the algorithm and helps find new listeners.
I gotta find somebody new to call me a whore next week. Katie, why is that important to me?
Because you're a whore.
Yep. For your likes, for your comments, for your attention, ladies and gentlemen. What I need you to do is I need you to like, I need you to comment, I need you to subscribe. All those things, like she said, boost the algorithm, helps us find new listeners, more people find us. That's not where you got to stop. I need two more things. One, I need you to tell everyone you know about us and why they should watch us. If you're a wrestling fan and you enjoy this show, all of your family members, all of your friends, if you're at the bus stop and you see somebody sitting there, just be like, hey, by the way, I don't know if you like wrestling, but you should like this bald guy and his friend. Like whatever, glory holes while they're, just start playing one of our episodes to set the ambiance. Like whatever you're into, wherever you do your thing, share us around because I am a whore. Also, I said glory holes. So we lost the one person watching at this point.
Good job.
Hey, if that bothered them, this is not the place they need to be because it's just going to get worse from here. Also, I need you to flick that bean, hit that notification bell, get notified every time we go live, whether it is every Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Central, 7:30 Eastern for the Creation Conversation with me, Travis and Mara. Every Saturday, 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern for this show right here, Smackin It Raw, or whenever we decide that we are going to do an episode of Getting Off at this point because it has been all fucking crazy. So it'll be tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern. in honor of the late, great Tony Todd. We are doing a Tony Todd special, so come join us for that tomorrow. And then also next Sunday, when we do our panel episode that we had planned at 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern, because, again, Katie decided to be very, very busy that weekend, where we do M. Night Shyamalan movies. It will be Katie, it will be me, it will be the Dr. Wreak Havoc BBC, it will be TC from Young Kings Wrestling, it will be the Will Gray. The five of us will be your panel discussing M. Night Shyamalan movies, so come check that out as well. With all that said, our third co-host is here after, being on some bullshit tonight.
Being homie hopper.
Yeah.
I like to double dip. Not
You
even
still got the condom hanging out of your ass, or did you pull that out before you hopped in?
Say what?
I said, is the condom still hanging out of your ass, or did you take that out before you hopped on our show?
I was going to be on Smackin It Raw. There was no condom.
Well, Get Yo, though. The condom was in your ass from Get Yo.
No, it's
no
no condom.
How was the Get Yo show? Was it fun? You guys sang songs?
It's fun. They're still going karaoke time over there. You guys check it out after you're done watching here, because they're almost getting ready to wrap up. But Ivan does want to bring the gang over here, so if you want to send him a link, Ivan wants to come along with everybody else. So that's your call.
They can watch.
I'm just relaying a message. I'm just the messenger. Don't shoot me.
There were 7 people over there. That would make this a 9-person podcast. There's no way I'm getting done in my time slot with 9 fucking people on here.
No.
Ivan, I love you. This is not something you can just spring on me last minute. Speaking of springing things on us last minute, ladies and gentlemen, he is formerly the Pornhub Poppy, currently the Deadbeat Poppy. He is the Sultan of Spitter Swallow, Daddy Delgado, my friend Vince.
Sometimes Steve.
Always Steve. At least when we're here. Katie won't be here next week. Are you free next week, Saturday?
I'll make it work.
Okay, cool. So maybe I don't need to find someone else. Maybe it'll just be a little one-on-one.
Take it easy.
It's been a while.
He's getting all mad at me.
We're about to go on. She's like, so did you figure out what you're going to do for next week? And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? She goes,
at least
and I'm like,
I give you a warning.
I'm like, yeah, that was Friday. That's why we couldn't. She goes, no, it's a whole weekend. And I'm like, that's not Friendsgiving. Friendsgiving is a dinner. That's a dinner. Friendsgiving is
a weekend.
That is no.
I think it's open to interpretation depending on the person's perspective. Everybody.
Hey, there's one side here and it's mine. Get on it.
I like to stay on the fence.
I know.
Or at least climb over
it. Not him. Speaking of hurting.
Yes.
Or not hurting. It's news and rumors time, Katie. What do you got for us?
Oh my god, I don't know where that was going to go and I got scared. I would have left. I'll just pull up my own banner. Thank you. Few things. Mandy Rose and Tino Sabatelli got married over the weekend. Congratulations to them.
I thought they already were.
They were engaged. They didn't have a full celebration.
Good for them. Good for them.
Yeah, no, she looked beautiful. There was a little toxic reunion. No Gigi Dolan, but JC Jane was there. I don't know why Gigi wasn't, but JC was there. That was cool. Some of the NXT girlies were there, so that was cute. Deadline, we now know, will be December 7th, which is a Saturday. And it'll be in Minneapolis. So we will get our
Minnesota.
Iron Survivor soon, less than a month now. And they kind of hinted at who at least the women will be. So
it's going to be a hell of a match.
If that ends up being all 5 women, then I'm in.
It should be, honestly.
Less.
There's no reason why it shouldn't. I'm for it. I can't wait.
Also, on that note, Roxanne did the HBK with Robert Stone.
Yep. Oh.
See,
I love it.
Kick Stone.
That was great. That was great. I love all the callbacks on NXT. They were great.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was NXT One Night Stand, so
there you go.
Makes sense. So we got. Remember, I talked about like those WWE ID thing that they were doing, the indie kids and the stuff. We have the first batch of prospects.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I screenshotted them all. I'll quickly just read them, and we'll go from there. Because I'm gonna keep doing this on She Elite now too, because this is fun for me. Zeta Steel from CZW. Bryce Donovan from Wrestling Open. Cappuccino Jones. Best name.
Cappuccino Jones? That's a name? That's
Cold
great.
Brew Cappuccino Jones.
That's 100% a Taz thing.
That's what everyone keeps saying. From This Is Wrestling. Jack Cartwheel from GCW. Zara Sakir from Millennium Pro Wrestling. I think this might be the last one. And then Sean Legacy from Pro Wrestling Revolution / Noah Tryout.
So, what I find interesting is everyone listed on there was not from one of the...
Yeah.
So everyone that was like, oh, you have to be in one of these to get... No, like, they're going to go through the indies. They're going to look at prospects and everything. They're probably giving preference to those, but they're still, like, it's a cool program. And congratulations to all of them.
And then I did see something, I don't know if how 100% true it is, that the prospects are allowed to work, like, indie dates, and if they get offered a contract anywhere, like, WWE won't be like, no. So that's kind of cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I wrote it really fast. Elimination Chamber is going to the Great North, to Toronto, Canada, March 1st. So,
Was
what?
when you were reading it, were the words still moving fast? Because you're like, I wrote it really fast.
No, I just like abbreviated a bunch of stuff, so I had to like interpret it because you know they like announced it like during SmackDown, and I had to like turn, grab my post-it note, write it down. Be happy I wrote it.
No,
so right now Canada's got 2 shows, right? They got Survivor Series and Elimination Chamber as well, right? Or am I wrong here?
No, Survivor Series is in 3 weeks. Yeah,
Something like that.
Yeah.
Which is why they're fast tracking all the Bloodline stuff.
We'll talk about it. And then I told Matt I want to talk about this on News and Rumors instead of for SmackDown. The best thing probably come out of this entire week, if you know, you know. We finally, after waiting, I had a tweet saved from Bad Blood that I had to change the hashtag for. We finally got a women's mid-card title. The Women's United States Championship. Now, it will not be handed to anyone. There will be, I'm assuming, a tournament of sorts.
no hand jobs.
No hand jobs. I'm assuming it'll just be main roster since NXT Girlies got the North American Women's title. That's what I assumed. And I wrote about 8 women who I think deserve it on my Substack.
Yeah.
So my theory, my thought is that if we got a women's United States Championship, that more than likely we probably have a women's Intercontinental Championship coming for the Raw girls.
Yeah.
Maybe. Possibly. But how shitty, I mean, Adam Pearce already looks like shit, but like how shitty is Adam Pearce going to look? Being like, you know what? That was a great idea. I'm going to do it too. Like,
that's why Nick Aldis is better.
Because he said it was for the women of SmackDown, I believe. It was
he said exclusively for the women of SmackDown. So,
but that doesn't mean they still won't more than likely do a tournament with women from the Raw roster.
But what I'm saying is if this belt is SmackDown exclusive, you still have a whole roster of women over on Raw.
Yeah.
And then the Raw women are also going to probably get their own mid-card title as well. If they had said that this was not brand exclusive and it will go back and forth, then I could see it as being the women's mid-card. But since they made it brand exclusive, I'm going to assume Raw's getting one as well. And I'm curious to see what that IC title looks like with the white strap.
I was messaging Katie on Twitter yesterday where I was like, does that mean we're
What?
getting? Yeah,
It was on my tweet.
yeah,
Oh.
on the timeline. We were just.
That's not messaging Katie.
Oh, well, whatever.
replying.
I was like, we have like 4 fucking group chats that we're all in, and you went and cut me out again. First in DMs and now here. Jesus Christ, Vince.
No. She was. I just saw her tweet on my feed, and then I comment. I'm like, "Yo, does that mean we're gonna get the white strap IC title for the girlies?" And then I put like the gift. And it's like, I hope. And then we just kind of went back and forth. But
He did say girlies.
yeah.
Is Charlotte on Raw or SmackDown?
I don't know. She doesn't deserve it. No.
But what I'm saying is, I mean, at the very least, if she's on the Raw roster, maybe IC title, not US title.
No, I think she's on
I would
SmackDown.
hold both. Well,
She didn't get drafted because I don't think
She's hurt?
she was hurt while the draft happened. But if they
It's
continue
probably
to
gonna be
do-
SmackDown because Andrade.
yeah, which
That's
is
her man's.
fine because
Fuck.
I like Andrade. I want Andrade and Charlotte on screen together because I think it might help
Oh, well.
Andrade.
I blame Jalen. He put this evil into the world.
Not only did he put that in the world, but now that Vince said that, watching Andrade win the US title off of LA Knight the same night that Charlotte Flair wins it, and then they're the US couple.
It's imaginary.
I will simply, I don't know. Andrade, that's cool.
United States power couple, Andrade and Charlotte.
Yeah, why not? Plus, WCW had the U.S. title. Ric Flair is more notorious for WCW, so it makes more sense for Charlotte to be a WCW.
Ain't nobody give a flying fuck about Ric Flair.
She doesn't have to be
I
the
still
first
mean-
one, but she can get it at some point.
I still maintain all the way back when we had China win the Intercontinental title, and then also share it with Chris Jericho, that we established something that women like Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair are more than capable of competing for the men's mid-card titles, and don't need their own women's mid-card title. We could be doing that.
I miss Rhea.
Yeah, you're going to miss Rhea for a while.
I know.
She'll be back for the Rumble, hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I hope so.
What else you got, Katie?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Was there something I missed?
I don't know.
Don't do that.
I just expected more. I don't know. All right, well,
It was a busy week.
it was a busy week. That's why I thought there'd be more. Trying to think. Did anything else news and rumors wise happen? Not off the top of my head. All right. Monday Night Raw. We kick it off. Liv used the let me play. Apparently there was a bit of narrative that I missed. I was unaware that maybe until I listened to Get Show. I don't remember if it was Get Show or Young Kings. It might have been Young Kings. But I was unaware that they had told us that the winner of the championship at Crown Jewel was getting a championship ring to wear.
I don't
just-
remember that being said ever.
I didn't hear it. I never heard it. Don't remember it. So I just saw her come out and I'm like, oh, that's fucking cool. She used the Honey I Shrunk the Kids Ray on the title belt and made it a cool little ring. Good for her. Like, and then I heard you guys talking about it. Now, let's talk about that for a second, because you guys were debating it back and forth, and I heard what Vince had to say. Vince is like, because it's the belt itself stays in Saudi, and if it was a trophy and it wasn't a belt and blah blah blah. But like, I like the idea of this being like a Super Bowl ring. So
Yeah.
regardless of how we feel about non-canon Saudi shows, because that's what they are, and this show lined up perfectly with that. Everything that happened was inconsequential and non-canon.
Well, except
However,
for the Bloodline stuff.
also non-canon and inconsequential. Like, it didn't really, if that didn't happen, it wouldn't have really changed anything.
All right, fair enough.
So anyway, it being like the Super Bowl and them getting a Super Bowl ring, because now, like, I just need Cody to win every year and be like Tom Brady with like 7 of them motherfuckers.
Yeah, we made the analogy. So like when when they announced it, it wasn't actually announced on WWE TV. It was on social media. Triple H just kind of like
That's why I didn't
That's
see it.
why.
Triple H did like a video in WWE's Twitter, like put a video while they were in Saudi, like the Friday beforehand when they were doing.
I was at work.
Yeah,
we
so
watch the shows. I'm not following all of your social media.
It's
Like,
all right. I don't blame you because if I wasn't on Twitter at that perfect exact moment, I would have missed it too. So
exactly.
it's cool. It's cool.
Exactly.
So yeah, I had no idea, but I think it's a cool concept. I like the ring.
At least they keep something unlike Braun.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, like if you collect them, you know, you win a couple, you start collecting them, then you know there's prestige there. So it is what it is. But Bianca and Jade come out. Liv tries to drive a wedge between them, but it isn't working. Adam Pearce tries to calm the situation down, but Liv keeps talking shit and gets the shit slapped out of her. Then she announces an all-women's over-the-top rope orgy for the number one contendership. They come out, cost Bianca the match. Io eliminates Lyra for the win. Liv, her new Super Bowl ring, over-the-top rope women's orgy in Saudi. Number one contender Io Shirai. Spit or swallow?
Swallowing everything besides Liv talking. Her getting the shit slapped out of her, swallow. Io winning, swallow. The women even being on that show, swallow. The only thing
All
they
the
got. All of the women.
We went from like one match where they were in oversized t-shirts to like half the fucking women's roster on the show.
Yeah.
It's
not almost
something.
the entire roster. Was I forget what's the name of Sonya Deville's group again? Were they in there?
All three of them were in there.
Okay, cool. So then
I saw Shayna. I don't remember seeing Zoe or.
I remember seeing Sonya, or she was on the graphic at least. I don't know if she was in the match.
Yeah, I remember Shayna. That was about it.
Go back and watch it. I'm gonna personally swallow everything, including Liv and her laugh and her Super Bowl ring. I love Liv. She's gonna hit her strides. Granted, it's at the expense of Rhea, but I think it's okay because this is probably the best she's been in terms of her entire wrestling career. Is she the best in ring? No, but like she's a great wrestler because she gets a reaction from the people. And right now they're teasing the storyline with the women's tag titles with Bianca and Jade. And if this could be a catalyst for either of them to be back in the title picture, even if it's for a one-time match, I'm all for it. And then all the women got a chance to shine. And Io gets a number one contendership match against Liv Morgan. That's going to be a great match. I'm looking forward. I'm happy for Liv and Io and everybody else in between. Fuck Raquel.
Well, I was going to say Freddie Guerrero and Spanish Rachel were on some bullshit.
Yeah, Spanish Rachel Spanish Rachel can go miss me every single week. I don't really care. But Freddie Guerrero, like America's sweetheart.
You know who looked really good in that match?
Who?
Isla Dawn. She looked great.
Yes.
Alba Fire was fire in ring as well, but
yes,
Isla Dawn looked fantastic. Why are you rolling your eyes? You know I'm right.
Isla Dawn looks fantastic every week.
Sick. You guys not showing the same respect out.
I just did.
They're both fantastic, but Isla Dawn
equally pretty.
They're both equally great, but Isla Dawn, damn.
That is an objective take.
You're an objective take.
That is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah. Because I see beauty in both women.
You can see beauty in both women. I'm just saying that in my eyes, it is not an equal standing of beauty. I find one more beautiful than the other. That's not saying they're not both beautiful. I just like one better.
Exactly. Especially when she's dressing up as a Squirrel Girl on like a random SmackDown episode or Raw episode. Respectfully, I approve.
Speaking of schoolgirls, the New Day continue to fall apart over the War Raiders' loss, and the Wyatt Six find it boring, so they play a snuff film starring The Miz instead. The Miz finds out he was always the star, not the final testicle, and then he gets big spooned by Dexter Lumis. New Day lose to the War Raiders again as well. So Kofi and Xavier continue to have issues. We are getting a New Day celebration on Monday Night Raw, which just spells bad news for everyone that didn't want to see the New Day fall apart. And The Miz is getting tickle tortured in a dungeon by the Wyatt Six. Spit or swallow.
Miz is, I mean,
alive.
It's deserved.
He's alive.
It's deserved.
Karen Cross is wrong. He was alive.
Yeah, Karen Cross, dumbass. No, I like it. Sure, Miz getting kidnapped is an interesting take. I did not really expect. New Day is either going to go. They're going to fully break up, or Big E comes back.
That's the one I'm praying for.
I love the optimism.
It's one of the two. Either all hell's breaking loose, or Big E comes back, we all cry, and it's a great reunion.
There's no in between, honestly.
I think it's both. I don't think he's coming back as a full-time wrestler, but I think he comes back to try and heal the issues, and I think Xavier still turns.
Oh, like some bullshit where when Roman said he was leaving and then Dean turned on Seth, like that type shit. That's terrible. I went through it with the Shield. I don't want to go through it with the New Day. Fuck that. I know where Matt stands, but I am gonna go ahead and swallow all the Wyatt Six Miz stuff because I think it's great. It's just the way it was shot. It was beautifully executed. I loved it. They have history, obviously, with Bo Dallas being a member of the B team or the Miz Taraj or whatever they were when they were aligned with Miz way back when. Obviously, Dexter Lumis also has history with the Miz as well. So there's that. In terms of the New Day stuff, at this point, I'm on Kofi's side. I'm like, Xavier, you keep fucking bitching. And at this point, it's like you had a fair point, and then you just kind of like lost me. Like, ever since they lost their qualifying match where he went to attack Rey Mysterio instead of hitting the midnight hour, ever since then, I'm like, you're wrong here, Woods. You started off on the right side. Now you're not. And I really hope they don't break up. But as of right now, I'm going to swallow everything we saw.
What was the name of Xavier Woods' trombone?
Francesca.
I didn't even get the chance to open my mouth. Yes.
Oh, sorry.
That is the moment we lost Francesca 2 is the moment the New Day fell off. And that was the beginning of the end of the New Day. They have not been the same since Francesca 2 has been gone.
What happened?
Maybe we'll see Francesca 2 return on Monday.
Francesca 3.
Or Francesca.
Well, no, I think there was the normal Francesca, and then Francesca 2, and then Francesca 3000, and then I don't know what happened after that.
I think something Francesca Turbo 3000 or something, like Turbo something. I remember Turbo being a thing.
I don't remember that at all. So
yeah, they've had plenty of.
Matt, get caught up on your New Day lore, Jesus.
God damn it.
Dude, I'm slacking. I'm slacking hard. Not on my Bloodline lore though. So Jimothy and Jameis go good cop, bad cop with the colonizer. He starts bringing up old shit to deflect from the accusations, but he does not deny them. Instead of standing trial, he is given a second chance on SmackDown, which we'll talk about later. Basically, Jay's like, I'm going to go to SmackDown, and we're going to talk to Roman. And Sammy, I'd like you there. So please join us. And Jimmy's like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? We all saw him kick Roman in the face.
In the face.
And he was trying to throw accusations at Jimmy. He's like, listen, if I remember correctly, didn't you hit Roman? Didn't you screw Jay out of the world title? Didn't you, bring me into this group? Weren't you my boyfriend at first?
My dog.
Then all of a sudden you stopped feeling oozy.
There you go.
Don't you just hate it when you stop feeling oozy?
I really do.
Did you guys see the clip?
He needs some oozy hot.
Oozy hot. That's where I started. Did you guys see the clip of when they're walking back to Gorilla and it was like, Uzi, when's the last time you felt Uzi? Are you even feeling Uzi? Like, I don't know if you guys saw that. That was funny. They interact with each other, go back. There's a lot of stuff that they're doing, especially with Raw content, that they're uploading exclusively to YouTube or their Twitter because they went to 2 hours. So you miss a lot if you don't actually check it out.
Bloodline stuff, Spit or Swallow. I mean, we're going to do it again on SmackDown, but so we knew because it was pre-taped, right? SmackDown was pre-taped. No, that was the last SmackDown.
The last SmackDown was pre-tape, and
I
Raw
don't
was
know
pre-taped.
if this one was too, because people were posting shit about stuff happening on SmackDown way before it was happening.
Yeah,
I have no idea what was going on this week.
I'm assuming everything was pre-taped until next week.
Yeah.
I don't know. But this Bloodline stuff, sure, we'll swallow it, I guess, because they don't want to really fully deal with Sammy's shit. Jay's like, oh my god, Sammy. Jim Jam's like, no, I don't want this. Let's stop. I like this as opposed to what we get on SmackDown.
I'll say I didn't hate what I saw, but I'm gonna stand on business and I'm gonna stand on principle and I'm gonna spit it because what the fuck is this? Jimmy, you're a Raw superstar. What the fuck? And I mean, you're a SmackDown superstar. What the fuck you doing on Raw? And I'm about to say the same thing. Like, Sammy, Jay, what the fuck you guys doing over on SmackDown? You're a Raw superstar. I don't give a fuck if it's family business. The brand split, it comes first.
No. Here's the thing. I don't care anymore because there is no brand split. I'll bitch once they start talking about there being a brand split again.
Yeah.
But
Next
until
year.
then. Recent events in the United States of America have killed a bit on this show that I no longer wish to acknowledge. So American Made continues their feud with the LWO because now things got too real and I'm uncomfortable. And I can't say that joke anymore. Chad takes on Dragon Ball Lee and loses 1 point for the good guys.
It was a hell of a match.
God damn, brutal too, physical.
Well, I mean, Chad Gable might be small, but he is mighty. And apparently was wearing old Kurt Angle gear, which is just...
Mwah.
Mwah.
Later on in the show where Truth goes up to him, I was like, damn, Kurt Angle, you shrunk. Like, that shit killed.
Our Truth is a fucking gem to society.
I love it. I'm going to swallow it just because Mexicans won that night. And obviously, they didn't the following night. So, yeah, we're going to go there. The one night of the week, I was happy for Mexicans.
Okay. Gunther got humbled, and Kaiser seems annoyed. Everyone talks about how small Freddie Guerrero's wrestling dick is. They're all like, yeah, well, it's all these great wrestlers and Freddie Guerrero. And Freddie Guerrero, he's here too.
Yeah.
Thick Boy Taz decides that he absolutely can handle 4 men at once. He takes 3, and Freddie uses this as an opportunity to try to sneak in a win after everyone said he had a small dick, but Undertaker punishes Freddie's ass and gets the win. Just so you know, put this in the sink. I'm going to... Oh, whoa. Those are not notes. That is just a voice recording.
What? Oh, man. You got to put this in the sink as like one of the like bullet points.
I'll write it down. That's so funny.
Freddie's ass gets punished. Freddie Guerrero's ass gets punished by Undertaker. And Undertaker gets the win. New number 1 contender. Thick Boy Taz, Rex House, Spit or Swallow.
Few things. 1, that shit was fucking hilarious. 2, I'm swallowing this. Also, bit of news and rumors. I forgot. Seth Rollins wasn't taken out of the new Captain America movie. He's in the trailer, ladies and gentlemen. No. He's in the trailer.
That doesn't mean that he isn't.
He's in it. He's in it. I'm having hope. No.
We all know that they put shit in the trailer that doesn't end up in the movie. It happens all the goddamn time.
This is the second trailer, though, so this time they have to. Vince, it has now been 3 times people have asked you.
To be fair, it's been only 2 people.
It's three separate things. No, he's in the trailer. He's not cut out. I'm having hope. Let me have a little bit of hope, please. But regardless, the match was good. Damian wins. That's all that matters. Him versus Big Goon again? Come on. No Finn Balor. I mean, Finn Balor's probably gonna get involved because he sucks. But
it's harsh.
Don't act like you're the leader and fuck up, bro. At Finn Balor.
At Finn Balor at me, bro. I'm gonna swallow it. I thought it was good. I liked the setup too, especially how everybody kept talking about Freddie Guerrero having a small dick and then almost winning it, showing that he was fully erect towards the end.
Just because you're fully erect doesn't mean it's not still small. Hey, it wasn't big enough to get the job done, Vince.
That's fine. All that proved was that Country Taker has a bigger dick than Freddie Guerrero, at the very least. That's all we know.
Which we already knew.
We all knew.
But already knew. Yeah, I guess. What?
Also, Damian Priest in that hot tub.
Growers, not showers. Man, growers, not showers. That's
you
what
are
Freddie
where you
Guerrero.
Okay, but do you understand? Hold on. Do you understand what that means, Vince?
Yeah. Yes.
So there are showers. There are people who present before getting
as a plastic penis. They're
it's
fully,
still big.
Yeah, they're
and
still
then there
big.
are people who have a tiny plastic penis, but it grows really big.
Yes.
What I said was it didn't grow big enough. You said he was fully erect and it didn't get the job done.
It's all right. It's all right. You know, it's okay. It's not about size. It's
Put
about
growers, not showers.
Yeah. Regardless, it's all a swallow.
Why do you react to my request as if I'm telling a bad dad joke?
Who, me?
Because
No, her.
No, me. Because sometimes you say bad dad jokes.
She
Also,
used to
you're gonna
do
have a
everything I
you're
said.
gonna
I
have a
could say
shit ton of
and
things
she
that
would
I
giggle.
have written down, and let's see which one you end up picking.
Fair. No, she used to giggle when I'd say and now I just get
Say what?
size and indifference. And
No, not true.
Yep.
Say what?
Anything that wasn't good enough for Ritter on Monday Night Raw.
Was there anything else that happened?
Yeah, I think that was literally like the entire show.
Really? Because it didn't feel like a lot of notes. That felt like 4 things.
Well, it was a lot of things that it took over the majority of the show.
Okay. Now, what we name the show after, NXT One Night Stand from the 2300 Arena, a.k.a. the ECW Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Lola and Jade play with toys. There was ass and sweat everywhere. Dawn Marie is the special guest fluffer. Jada used a brick. Lola got her ass ate for Jada to get the win. Or no, and Lola ate ass for Jada to get the win.
That's not a bad way to lose.
I feel like there was a
Listen,
lot.
if
happening
I
in those
had to
few sentences.
lose, that is one of my preferred ways to lose, is Lola Vice just slapping me in the face with the ass. Or Jada.
You mean Jada Parker?
Either
Jada
one,
Parker.
honestly.
True. This was a fantastic start to the night. I mean, we're also like swallowing that like intro, the ECW
yeah,
inspired intro, because goddamn,
fantastic.
No, this match was awesome. I love that this was the first like hardcore match for the women, even though they've had like plenty of street fights and like all that fun stuff in NXT.
I ain't never seen anyone get hit with a brick before.
I ain't never seen anyone get hit with a brick before.
That was fantastic.
That was crazy.
She sold it fantastically.
I loved it. I was like, where the fuck does brick come from?
We're not talking about brick like the brick that cocaine has been using on the indies. We're talking about a literal brick.
No, that's an 8-ball. That's an 8-ball.
An 8-ball of cocaine.
Yeah, swallow
all
around. I mean, it's Lola Vice and Parker. It's Miss Parker and Vice City. It's a swallow.
Hey, Miss Parker.
Dawn Marie was there too. She was great.
She literally did nothing.
She fluffed.
She was just literally standing there.
That's fine.
Last week, we talked about how Javon Evans bailed on Cedric to fight Wesley, and after the brawl, RVD's like, I know what I'm going to do. I don't feel like they ever announced what RVD was planning to do, but he did show up in Full Gear, and I thought maybe he thought he was going to wrestle. Maybe he's like, I want to wrestle these guys.
Yeah.
But we didn't get that because Wes Lee still has Rascal PTSD. He saw a pot smoker backstage and lost his cool and went off and beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
RVD shows up in Full Gear with a fresh dye job, helps Javon get the win over Wes Lee.
I mean, yeah. What was RVD gonna do?
Right?
Was
he didn't even. Kalani did the splits. RVD didn't do the splits. I don't know if he can do the splits.
I did just see on Twitter them both on chairs doing the splits.
Okay.
So
I did just see that a few hours ago. He still can.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough. I will say I'm a swallow. It was a good match. I think Javon Evans deserves the win, and maybe even sets up. I don't know if he can wrestle. I don't even know if WWE will clear it. I'm pissed they didn't bring Paul out. Yeah,
they're saving him for whatever's going on with the Bloodline, which we're still going to talk about on SmackDown because I got theories and thoughts and things. But I'm mad that we didn't get that. I'm also mad that we didn't bring out Joey Styles. Joey Styles, just that first fucking match alone.
Oh my god!
With the brick? Come on now.
Joey Styles and Booker T.
I think I nailed it.
Joey Styles and Booker T.
Listen, I love Booker T. I didn't know. Just Joey Styles. That's how you do
Joey
it.
Styles.
By
just
himself.
Joey Styles, solo man.
Just Joey Styles for the first match, and then Vic Joseph and Booker T can come out after.
Okay, fair.
I feel like we should all boycott Twitter. Just throwing it out there.
I am over on Threads.
Listen. I found some funny memes on Twitter.
To be fair, all my friends that are on Twitter, I have them everywhere else, so I don't think it would really impact me too much. Maybe. Go back to Facebook.
So
yeah, it's for the podcast.
Yeah, it's for the podcast. My man Ritter and Papacito. He did, and I vetoed having 9 people on my podcast, and because this thing's got to stay under an hour and a half. There ain't no way we're getting through this show with 9 fucking people on the podcast with 5 seconds notice. But Ivan, we will get you on very soon. Actually, if you're free next Saturday, it's just me and Vince. We can make it a threesome.
Yeah, there you go. The OPC, Papi Chulo, and Sexy Beast Matt, as he calls it.
I have now extended the invite with a week's worth of time for you to decide and let us know. Not 5 seconds.
There you go.
Nunzio and Tony Mamaluke start swinging their big South Philly dicks around. They got Rizzo a match with Nikita next week, and Nunzio's like, listen, we're going to go Dago to Dago with the Don tonight for the North American title. Unfortunately for him, though, the Sicilian shooter is shooting blanks as he takes an L to Tony D'Angelo. But we acknowledge the Don, FBI, the family. It's all cohesion.
Yeah. I liked it. I thought it was interesting. It's a good win for Tony D. Get him on the show. And
Steve. Vin's on 2 weeks in a row. I mean,
Steve.
So here's my thing. Realistically, it was just to get an ECW original on the show for nostalgia and fan service, and I'm perfectly okay with that. Is this something that's going to go down in Tony D'Angelo's record book as like a big win for his run? No. But
it was fun.
For the story and the drama, which is all I really give a fuck about anyway, fantastic. Also, Nunzio and the way that he, with the crowbar and then tossing it to the ref and then turning around and catching the spine buster, like, mwah. Mwah.
It was smooth. I'm with it.
Hell yeah. Always.
Rhino speared Robert Stone for talking shit after Ava announced Deadline because he did not pin Robert Stone. It is a spear, right?
It's a gore. He didn't kick out of the pin just because there was no
pin. He didn't win. He said it's only a gore if he wins the match with it. Otherwise, it's a spear, and he didn't win a match, so it's not a gore.
It's a gore. Like, come on, man! I didn't come back after like weeks away to like go back into this. It was a gore. It's a gore. Just
and a gore is a spear. I agree.
No.
Spitter swallow. Robert Stone got speared and super kicked in the same night.
Honestly, he also had a bad week.
Yeah,
happens.
Sure. Yeah, I'm gonna swallow it because it was a callback and it gets Rhino on our screen back on NXT TV. Former NXT and ECW alumni too.
Well, when the lights came out, I was like, "Oh my god, who's it gonna be?" Because there were so many opportunities of who it could be.
I thought it was Sabu. I was excited.
I did also a little bit of me was like, Sabu? Oh, not Sabu. Oh, I miss Warren.
And I immediately thought of Warren. Yes.
No.
Sabu?
Not Sabu. Damn it.
We had a triple threat match. Ridge, Trick, Ethan. Ridge got the win. He pinned Trick. What?
There was a person missing from that match, but honestly, I respect it.
I'm gonna continue to no sell it. Just go ahead. Do your thing.
No, in all seriousness, it was a tag team match. Bubba Ray Dudley was there. And Trick Williams, despite taking the pin, got a face full of Ethan's ego with a "what's that?" Then he's like, "Go, Trick, get the tables." No fucking tables. You know why? Because the women used them all in the first
like the women all used them an hour ago.
So what the fuck do we do? The one thing that we wanted, the one thing we fucking asked for. We didn't even call for him. Bubba didn't even look like he knew it was coming. But Devon got the tables.
Nice.
One table.
Yeah, well.
Testify, Devon. Let's go. It's the only person I wanted.
So, even though Trick took the loss, we did get to see him do that. We did see him in Dudley Boy glasses. We did get Devon with the table. Spitter swallow.
That's why it's a gargle, because Trick ain't need to be taking L's.
Especially the Ridge.
Yeah.
Especially the fucking Bridge. Remember when man broke both his legs? I do.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I'm with Katie. I'm just gonna gargle it. Just because it could have been more, it could have been better, but I don't agree with Trick taking that loss. But I guess they're trying to set up Ridge versus Trick, or even at least a triple threat match with Ethan Page in there, which I'm not looking forward to. No. So it's a gargle.
Carmen Petrovich goes from looking like a badass blonde knockoff. Why am I blanking out on her name? Kill Bill. Uma Thurman. Yes. To thirsting hard and looking dumb as fuck for Ashanti the Adonis. She's backstage and she's like, "Who was that girl you're with?" And he's like, "That's my girl." And "Oh, that's your girl?" "Yeah, but if you're going to be all clingy and possessive, you're not my type anyway. By the way, last week was your birthday. Happy birthday." She goes, "Oh my God, he knew it was my birthday." Like, get the fuck out of here with this shit.
Well, listen.
I hate it. I hate it.
So do I. Because men ain't shit because they pull that. It's gaslighting. Boo. 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 Then Carmen.
Adonis.
Gaslighting Adonis.
The Adonis.
I'll write that down in a second. But like Carmen, Precious Baby Angel, men ain't shit. Don't stick around for that. Toxicity is not okay. You can do better. She deserves better.
She does.
Yeah.
Vince, do you know who she is now?
Yeah.
Oh, now you know who she is.
Carmen Petrovich.
Carmen Petroleum.
Yeah, there you go. What I mean, you know what? For a man that gives names to every single person he can, you really stuck home on me and Justin just not being able to name Carmen Petrovich for felt like what 2-3 months.
Yeah.
Couldn't get it right. We couldn't get it right for the life of us.
Carmen Petrovich.
But I know who everyone is. I just changed their names. You didn't know who the fuck she was. That was the issue.
Yeah. All right. There was
some petroleum.
Yeah, there you go.
So we talked about Monday Night Raw and an orgy because it was every person for themselves, and that's what essentially an orgy is, right?
Yeah.
But tonight, in the main event, well, not tonight, but NXT, the night that I'm talking about, everyone had partners, which means instead of a 10-woman orgy, this was a 10-woman swinging party.
Hey.
Stephanie twerked on the back of Jasmine's head. That's what I'm going to refer to what she does when she, wraps her knees around someone's head and then makes them headbutt the ground.
Okay.
Zarya pins the champ. Everyone looked fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Cora threw a fit and super kicked Stone.
Roxanne.
I don't, dude, I fucked them up.
You still do it every time.
Every time.
Zarya speared Jordan Grace.
On accident, but I need more.
On accident. I'm just saying, when we get that match, it's gonna be great. So we all just are accepting Jordan Grace on NXT's roster now, right? Like this is just a given.
We've just decided it's a thing.
This is just like her TNA contract. I'm pretty sure is like up now, so like she's fine. She can just stay here.
If it's not up, it's close to being up not too long from now.
I'd love if she was considered a WWE ID coming from TNA.
I'd be like, I'm done. I'd be like, you got this is how you lose it. Don't do stupid shit.
Yeah.
No, this
somebody make that.
January is when her contract.
Allison, can you make a WWE ID with Jordan Grace on there and send it to me? I'd appreciate that.
God damn it. This 10-woman tag was probably one of the best things I saw all week. This was incredible. And then, like I said, this hinted to the 5 women standing. So Julia.
And who do you think they're going to be?
Julia, Stephanie, Zarya, Kalani, Jordan. Because it's 5.
You said Kalani Jordan?
Grace.
I meant Jordan Grace.
Yeah, I know what you meant, but I was like, wait a minute.
It took me a second too, because I was texting back Melissa and I'm trying to figure it out.
That was just poor timing on the names.
I hear you. I will counter. So it looks
that's what they insinuated, is what I'm saying.
Okay, yes and no. So because Zarya is theoretically, technically embroiled in the women's mid-card feud, I've been saying maybe Zarya Fallon, and then getting someone from the other team, like maybe Cora Jade, in Zarya's spot there for the Iron Survivor.
Yeah, because it would be weird with all 5 baby faces.
Yeah,
because that's what I thought when they said it. I was like, I like it, but like I don't like it at the same time.
So the Iron Survivor is for Roxanne's title.
Yes,
correct. Okay, so she has to be involved in the match, or just
no? It'll determine the number 1 contender for her title.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like remember when Trick won with like he was down by like 3 points, and then he
I only got to the Trick Williams not Trick Williams. I only got to the Wesley versus Javon Evans match, and I haven't been able to finish NXT, so I'm gonna go back.
Oh, dude, you need to fuck. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like the Trick stuff and the Dudley fun. Go watch that women's match.
Yeah. I was gonna skip that anyways. I was just gonna watch the Javon Evans match, and then fast forward to all the good shit. That's what I do anyways. But that's why. So I think it has to be Stephanie Vaquer and Julia have to be in there for sure. Jordan Grace should be in there, and then Kalani Jordan. And then if Zarya's not doing the match with one of the Fatal Attraction girlies, then maybe she should be in there. But if not, I don't know who. Hey, Jada Parker? Jada Parker got a big win. She should go in there.
Okay, well, I think that opens up 2 spots technically, because Zarya could realistically
still be
the number 1 contender for Roxanne, since she pinned Roxanne. True. Kalani wants her North American title back.
True.
I see where you're
so then you throw in
Jada and Cora
Parker and Cora Jade, I guess.
Cora Jade.
So then you have Cora, Jada, Jordan, Julia, Stephanie.
Y'all remember that when Cora came in, she came in tag team with Gigi Dolan, and they were using what became Gigi Dolan's theme song, which was that Sweet Dreams Marilyn Manson fucking.
Yeah, and then she stopped using it.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I've been a fan since back then. Elena Black, as Vince informed me.
Yeah. We should get Gigi Dolan back sometime soon, right? What's going on with? Is she injured?
She, I think, was, and then has just been chilling.
You want to know why we haven't gotten Gigi Dolan back?
Zachary Wentz.
Pete Wentz.
Zachary Wentz.
Pete Wentz.
Stop. Both of you stop it.
I mean, it's on point.
So, was there any? I think that was all of NXT, but was there anything on NXT that wasn't good enough for Ritter?
No, you've been covering almost everything, dude.
Well, so here's the crazy thing, right? I hopped on for the live watch along with Bakley and Justin and the Circle of Debate crew over there for the Wednesday night war that was AEW and NXT. And I did it from here, so I had one screen, so I had to choose what show I was going to watch. And AEW only presented me with two things that was worth me switching from NXT over to AEW. So I wrote down two things. So there might be more. I'm sure Katie has more than what I have here. But
Katie has more. Katie watched both.
What was good enough for Matt Ritter to change the channel from NXT 2300 one night
I wonder what they were.
To AEW. Malakai Black versus Adam Cole made me switch teams very quickly. And honestly, I didn't see the entirety of the tag team match, which is why I said it was a triple threat match, because I completely forgot what the fuck it was, because this was happening during that. I tuned back to the end of it, which is what I talked about. I missed the entirety of the match because I was watching Malakai Black and Adam Cole.
As you should.
Adam might have jaundice. He was yellow as fuck.
I don't know what's going on with
and
my
apparently
baby boy
not
over
in his
there.
knees. So like his knees are the only things that aren't jaundiced.
I don't know. It's fine. Continue.
He did get the win. There was a lot of people going online saying this felt like a farewell for Malakai Black, and Malakai Black got in fucking the internet again. He's like, listen, guys, seriously, I don't know how many times I got to fucking do this. Stop assuming that I'm not going anywhere.
Savannah and I said if he comes on again, he's actually retiring. Just to piss everyone off.
I haven't been injured in like 5 fucking years.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving. I'm still like, I just hugged a guy.
Give him a little.
Because he beat me.
Yeah, it could be like a character or like a story plot that's going to be used to like move whatever's next for Malakai Black on AEW. It doesn't necessarily have to be anything. It's whatever.
This was the first time in every single time Malakai and or Aleister Black and Adam Cole have faced that Adam won. Adam has never beat Malakai one-on-one until Wednesday.
And
really? I didn't know that.
He hugged him.
Yeah, and I thought it was really sweet.
He hugged him because he was proud of him. You finally beat me. You finally get that victory.
He hugged him on the head.
And did Adam Cole kick out of a black mass? He kicked out of something. And I'm pretty sure it was a black mass.
If he kicked out of a black mass, I would be pissed.
He's I think the only person to in AEW.
Yep.
Has anyone kicked out in WWE?
I don't remember.
I think so.
Probably, but it was But the way
NXT was crazy with finishers and shit, where people were hitting finishers and kicking out at 2.9 and shit. And
yeah.
I feel like there was a point where Aleister Black had hit like 2 or 3 black masses to put somebody down, but I don't remember.
Probably Johnny Gargano.
I was in the arena when he broke fucking what's his nuts jaw.
Lars Sullivan.
Yeah.
Fucked him up bad. Good for sure.
That bitch's jaw.
Katie. So we're all swallowing Adam Cole versus Malakai Black, yes.
100%. Always.
I haven't watched AEW yet, but I'm a swallow it.
We know.
We know, Vince.
Nobody's surprised.
I watched last week's. I just haven't gotten to the end with the Hurt Syndicate stuff, so I'm trying to finish that before I jump onto the episode.
Katie, what do you think is the next thing that I have on my list? The only other thing that was worth me changing the channel for?
I don't know because it was short, but it was women. Or it was that was before Cole and Malakai. Could have been Powerhouse. Was Powerhouse?
It was Powerhouse, which
Powerhouse.
I switched over after NXT ended for that. I didn't have to turn off NXT for that, so that worked. Powerhouse Hobbs is back. Shit got crazy. So basically what happened was, right, you had MGK and Don Callis and friends. They're out there, and they're having a tag team match, right? They're like,
Right.
"Yeah, let's do this." And Ricochet's like, "I got a partner." And Dijak's like, "Hey, bro, remember me? Remember, like, I wore a mask and shit, and they called me funny names. Sorry about that. I'd like a job." And Ricochet did not hire him. Did not put in a good word. He did not show up. So then everyone's like, "Oh, it's got to be Will Ospreay, right? It's got to be Will Ospreay."
I was one of those people.
Ospreay. No, he's like, "I got somebody who's kind of pissed off that you went and hired 2 white guys to replace him." Powerhouse Hobbs, former member of the Don Callis family, shows up, teams with Ricochet. They go out there, they do their thing, fucking beautiful, have a good time, and then after the match, fucking the homeless guy comes out and gets in. What?
He's not homeless.
He looked homeless. He comes out and he gets in fucking MGK's face. Lance Archer and Brian Cage are out there. Powerhouse Hobbs disappeared. Adam Cole just said for shits and giggles, "Hey, I'm back and I'm a good guy, so I'm going to show up too," and runs out there to get involved. And it's just a huge brawl and fun shit to close out Dynamite.
Yeah.
Question.
Yes.
Who's the homeless guy?
Mark Davis, Kyle Fletcher's former tag team partner, and Ozzy.
The guy with the shitty haircut that used to tag team with Kyle Fletcher.
Yeah, he looks like a homeless guy.
Thank you.
Oh my god, he's not homeless.
I'm not saying
he is.
Know
that for sure.
I do know that for sure.
How do you know?
Because I know.
What's his address?
I'm not. Ew. Even if I knew, I wouldn't say it.
Private chat.
We're not in the business of doxing good people.
Only pieces of shit.
Shitty people that live near me.
No, this was cool. I liked this. I again did not expect powerhouse, which I have to say every time like that because it just seemed right. Ospreay showing back up, and then they did the video on Twitter after the fact. Ospreay's pants, no joke, were like past his belly button. I was like, "Can you stop?" Because this is stupid. But we basically have 4 people who cannot stand Don Callis and the family, and 4 people in the family. So I'm assuming a Blood and Guts in the future. I don't know when Blood and Guts is, but it just seems right.
Speaking of doxing people, I told Kate about that whole thing because she had seen all that bullshit, and I was like, "Hey, by the way, blah blah." And I looked her right in the eye. I'm like, "Listen, I am willing to catch an assault charge if it helps you." And she said that is one of her favorite things I've ever said to her is that I'm willing to catch an assault charge for her.
Yeah,
Master romantic.
Who said romance is dead?
Okay, so Katie,
Hey.
I know what happened because I heard it, but I didn't watch it because like Bakley and them were also watching. They're like, "Oh, this is going on." I'm like, "Yeah, but NXT." So, what wasn't good enough for me to switch over that you enjoyed from AEW?
Yeah. So I did the thing where I watched NXT live and recorded Dynamite, just because NXT was the first normally. Yeah. Hurt Syndicate, business, of course. Business is back. 3 beautiful men in the ring talking. Swerve comes out extremely pissed off and wants Big Bob at full gear. So that's that. We're getting Swerve and Big Bob in a week, 2 weeks, something. Whenever that is.
Swerve.
What do they say about Swerve?
Swerve got that loving throat.
Listen, that was an awful decision. People clowned on Cody for the tattoo.
Yeah.
I think that's worse.
I honestly don't. I think the placement is better, and being that he's full of tattoos, it's not going to look as out of place as Cody with 2 tattoos and 1 being on the neck.
It being right here, I think it's too big.
My favorite thing that I've seen anyone say is Cody got a neck tattoo on his titty and a titty tattoo on his neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even then,
I'm always just objectively against neck tattoos, just because I don't think they look the best.
see,
getting one
I was
tomorrow.
smart. I have one on the back of my neck that's always covered by my hair.
Yeah,
Basically.
yeah, that's fine. AJ Lee
I'm
did the same
fucking
thing.
genius.
Like I think like Baron Corbin has something like behind his ear that goes down to his neck that says Lobo, which is just wolf in Spanish. So yes, Matt, it's your
Hold
show.
on a second. Yeah, I want to do this, but I can't do it because I'm afraid that if I do it, we'll get a copyright strike.
Is it the
What?
is it the thing I retweeted?
About Julia Hart?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. No. Don't play it because you're gonna get this video taken down.
Yeah.
All
But
right, don't do it.
Right.
It
Breaking
happened
news for
on
me.
it happened on Collision. That's why.
as of Collision, Julia Hart got shot by arrows, is returning. Cheerleader die.
Let me say that we're clear for the people who aren't awares. There's a vignette on Collision, even though we're not on Collision, but we'll talk about it now since Matt just saw it.
There is no
I saw it.
Collision, so
Well, this is Collision now.
Yes.
Julia Hart vignette, her being a cheerleader, spooky Julia in the stands. Arrow gets shot at cheerleader Julia. Cheerleader die. And now that means we're getting Julia Hart back, which means the House of Black will be at full power. So I expect
Their leader.
everyone to have a championship by the end of the year.
Full House, right?
That was a TV show.
Oh, look at you. All right, what else you got from Dynamite that wasn't good enough for me?
We spit Chris Jericho always.
Yep.
There was a 6-man tag and it was a thing, and
Way too fucking long too.
yes, very much so. I was very upset. Orange Cassidy teamed with Darby to face the Death Riders.
Is that what they call each? Wait,
It's not the BBC anymore. It's the Death Riders.
I mean,
So
at least now you can't make BBC jokes.
I still will
Mm-hmm.
because I can. And it was my favorite thing about all of that.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer Moxley World Order better than Death Riders, but
Well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Chris Statlander almost got hit by a car by Camille and Mercedes.
What?
Yeah, Camille and Mercedes tried to run Chris Statlander over in the
Bruh.
parking garage.
What the fuck? Oh, man. So, just kind of like what they did in the SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 game with Teddy Long, where they just ran him over and shit.
Yes,
Damn.
I don't remember that game.
But it attempted, right? Attempted? Not successful?
It was attempted. It was not successful. Chris Statlander got out of the way. She smashed Camille's arm in a door, and Uranagi and Mercedes under the hood of an Escalade.
Nice. Nice. That's
Big wins for Chris Stat, and now she's a match against Mercedes for the TBS title at Full Gear.
You're a nugget.
Stop it. Stop it. And then the last thing I have, I think there might have been something else. I don't even remember anymore. Jamie Hayter and Penelope Ford had a match. It was
I did
short,
check some of that out.
but it was good. I like both of the women. Oh, there was something I forgot to write down. I talked about it with Savannah. So next week, Matt, be very happy. Mina's coming. But
Does she need help?
during stop it. But during the it showed up on the screen, half of the screen where it said Mina flashed black and white, which means Tony's also coming back.
Ooh.
Wait, Mina and Tony are coming at the same time.
Possibly.
And we get to watch.
Mina for sure.
It's really hard to time those things. You know, you try your best.
Mina for sure. Tony to be determined.
Well, at least Mina's coming guaranteed.
Yes. At least someone's coming for sure.
And it's Mina Shirakawa.
Anything else?
No.
From AEW.
Okay.
All right. Friday Night SmackDown. So Jameis tries to get his girlfriend back in the good graces of the family. Sammy thinks Roman loves him, and he's willing to force himself back into the family if Roman just apologizes to Jameis. Roman says, listen, I don't really care about anything but fucking Solo. This is stupid. Why are we doing this? And then Sammy's feelings are hurt because he's like, all you had to do was say sorry to your cousin. And you can't even do that. And you're a prick. Roman's back on his bullshit. Solo's bottom bitch, Jacob, shows up on the Tron, puts everyone on notice, tells Roman that everybody fucks on Solo's time, and he will acknowledge that. Roman, again, back on his bullshit, treating Jimothy and Jameis like they're his hoes. Basically, Jay's like, listen, you're not going to talk to me like that anymore. And Roman's just like, the fuck you. And then Jimmy's like, hey, what do you do? He's like, you go get your brother. And just like, I'm like, dude, this didn't even last fucking a month of you being an okay person.
It didn't last 3 weeks. Like,
it's hard.
War Games is on. Solo's like, well, War Games. And he's like, well, you only got 4 people. So like, who you got? Because you're telling me to go find more people. Who you got? And he's like, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, and Sami Zayn. And one thing colonizers hate is when you tell the truth. So he came out and he's like, hey, this is some bullshit. I didn't agree to this. And he teams and sides with Roman. And now, so we got the Bloodline, or as I called them on last week's episode, the GDKs, Solo's group. And then we got the original gangsters, the GDs, over here. Sammy, honorary member of the group. He's there again, holding up the ones and all of that. So my theory is Dwayne,
The Rock Johnson,
with Roman.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Next week, Hikuleo debuts.
Makes sense.
Team Solo.
Yes.
And then during War Games, either Roman or The Rock show their true colors, turn on their team, cause some mayhem, and show that they're really Team Solo. And they're it was me all along, Austin happens again.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet Jesus. I hear you. I see you. I don't think Hikuleo is going to show up.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know.
They need a fifth. I don't know who their fifth would be unless they're going to go 4 on 4. But
I am awares. Dwayne definitely seems like he's popping up in some way, shape, or form because it's Dwayne. Hear me out. Could be crazy. Zilla Fatuda shows up for fun.
It'd be out of left field. I wouldn't be against it for sure. I just think the safest bet is Hikuleo, like Matt's saying, because isn't he already signed?
I don't know. I don't remember anymore because if he was, it's been so long.
Hikuleo is signed. Zilla just signed.
Zilla
100% isn't coming. He's getting announced in the ID. We'll also set original War Games. 3 teams and their managers were involved.
Like tomorrow.
Matt, you wanted Paul Heyman to get jacked up.
I did hear. Yep, I did hear Zilla was going to NXT. That I did hear.
Well, hey, Lance NY is also in NXT, so.
Oh, look who's here! You done singing?
They were done singing a while ago.
So where the fuck have you been, Justin?
Jesus Christ! Relax.
Tranquilo.
We got beef tonight.
Roast beef? Italian beef?
Roast beef.
Italian beef, yeah.
That's for sure happening. Lance also just had a pretty bad injury.
I just know he's in NXT. I don't know who the
The
fuck
only other thing I can possibly,
I don't know.
The only thing I can possibly think of is Kevin Owens.
No.
Being the 5th man on Solo's Bloodline because fuck Sami Zayn, fuck Roman Reigns.
Guys, hear me out.
Fuck Jericho.
Dwayne for Temu Bloodline. Big Quiche for OG Bloodline.
Man,
Big Quiche finally supporting his two of the 3 sons.
No. I'm not.
I think that'd be hysterical. Somebody book it for me.
That's great fantasy booking.
I think it'd be hysterical.
However, Rikishi doesn't show up for his sons, he's not going to show up now.
Now's the perfect time.
To be fair, though, if Rikishi does show up for his son, it's clearly going to be Solo. That's the only one he really rides with anyway.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, he needs to show support to the other two sons. So join.
He only fucked with Jay when Jay was champion. Jay lost his title, and now it's.
He literally just backs whichever son is the highest in the pecking order.
Well, to be fair, that's not a bad way to go about things.
That's absolutely
Earn my love.
Love all your children equally.
Yeah, man. Please don't be Rikishi. Don't be a Rey Mysterio.
Big quiche.
DIY might DIE.
Boo.
Okay, no, that was...
Boo.
There's some tension because Johnny was flirting with Detroit NRA. Psycho Killer shows up. What?
Nothing.
Psycho Killer shows up for the match in Pretty Deadly and puts the dead in Pretty Deadly.
Damn. Bars.
Tommaso Ciampa's. See, he's just
Tommaso
pissed at everybody.
This is the Ciampa I wanted.
This is my Tommaso Ciampa.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
No one
He's
will
just sick of everybody.
survive. He's back.
Can I get the theme back too? For fuck's
Get
sake,
it back, please.
He did get it back when he was doing singles matches. He had the theme back for sure.
But I want it back again.
You know what I don't understand? How we're not doing?
Why?
How we're not breaking up DIY and simultaneously having Kevin Owens turn on Sami Zayn again, and then teaming Tommaso Ciampa and KO up versus Sami Zayn and Johnny Gargano.
Ooh, I'd watch that. That's good.
Well, Kevin Owens has beef with like a lot of people.
He has to run through everything.
We haven't even got to what he did. We're about there. So one of the people that he had beef with is not an issue anymore. They got spinal stenosis or some bullshit. Whatever the fuck they said.
I'm gonna see what it actually is.
Jesus. Okay, Matt, you were saying?
Randy wants Kevin. So Kevin comes down, shoves Randy's head between his legs, and pounds him so hard he can't walk anymore. They have to stretch him out.
Cervical cord neuroproxia. That is a word I've never seen in my entire
something's
life.
wrong with his cervix?
No, cervical cord, not
Isn't
cervix.
that the cord from your cervix?
No,
Okay.
no, not at all. No.
There are more than one cerva thing in your body. There's a cervical cord and a cervix. They're not related.
They're not related.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like spinal stenosis better, but anyway.
I was just saying, but okay.
Yeah. So Randy, everyone's freaking out. Pile driver, right? WWE banned the pile driver. We see the pile driver, and then I see people be like, "We see worse stuff on AEW." Well, you do see worse stuff on AEW every week, but that doesn't make it good. The reason that everyone's freaking out is because it's been banned, so seeing it makes it feel more important because it's not something that we're used to seeing. It's not something we're supposed to see, so it makes it feel more real, which is the way to use stuff like this.
Yeah.
But Randy had stretchered out. As I was watching SmackDown, Zoe's like, "Daddy, let me know when Cody Rhodes comes out." I'm like, "Okay." And like every 5 minutes, "Is Cody Rhodes out yet?" And I'm like, "No." And then I saw Cody next to the stretcher. I'm like, "Zoe, Cody's here." She comes out and he goes, What is Cody doing? I'm like, "Oh, so all right." So
that's terrible.
And she goes, "Yeah." I'm like, "Kevin Owens is a bad guy." And she goes, "Okay." I'm like, "And Randy Orton?" She goes, "Yeah." Kevin Owens hurt Randy really bad. And that is Cody Rhodes' friend. So Cody Rhodes is riding with Kevin Owens to the doctor.
You mean Randy Orton?
Sure he's okay. Yes, that's why. Yeah. We're riding with Randy Orton to the doctor to make sure he's okay. I said more than likely he'll be back at the end of the show. He was not back at the end of the show. He did not return. I thought he was going to come out and flip the fuck out and be like, "Kevin Owens, get the fuck down here now."
No,
and then
it's gonna happen next week.
Yeah, that's next week.
Yeah. So that was a time for Zoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job.
I'll swallow it. I thought it was good. I thought the execution of the pile driver didn't look the best, but I'd rather the wrestler be protected than it looked devastating. So it was all good the way they built up the pile driver. I saw Jesus tweet. He's like, "Is this hopefully going to lead to Kevin Owens using the package pile driver again?" Which I hope so. He amps it
Backwards
up.
pile driver versus the punt kick.
Yeah.
Ooh, punt kick gets brought
Who's
back?
gonna get a concussion first? We'll find out.
Me.
Stay tuned next week for another
Easy.
episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Still never watched it.
You'll get there.
Not
Jade Cargill
Mhm.
and Bianca Belair
Mhm.
have
Yeah.
a tag team match with Barbie and Nia, because Barbie was like, "Hey Nia, I got us a match," and I was like, "What the fuck did you go do that for?" She goes, "Well, like, you're the women's champion and I'm Money in the Bank, and then when we beat them, we'll be the tag team champions and we'll be running the women's division here on SmackDown." And I was like, "I already am running the women's division on SmackDown." She goes, "Yeah, but like, wouldn't it be so cool? Like, don't you think like it's Tiffy time that, you know, we both have titles and blah blah blah?" And Candace is like, "Hey, Nia, sucks that you lost to Liv. If I was there, you wouldn't have lost." And Tiffany just like, "Fuck off, Candace. Why are you still here? I thought you got fired with Indy."
Oh, wow. Deal.
So we have the match. Candace
We
comes
do.
down,
Mm-hmm.
continues to secure her place with her husband on the main roster. Naomi, not having it, not liking watching her girls get triple teamed, shows up, backs it up on Candace, who tries to interfere. Jade and Bianca get the win, retain their tag team titles.
Mm-hmm.
Spin
Mm-hmm.
or swallow.
I'm a gargle it just because I'm kind of over the whole Nia Tiffany stuff. Maybe it's just a bad week for me, but
She hasn't cashed in yet.
I'm just like man. I'm just kind of mad about it. Like I'm kind of been mad about Nia's reign so far. That's just me personally. Katie.
There you go. Good job. I was like, you're already pointing at me, but you fixed it. If they do the traditional champion versus champion Survivor Series thing that they do, which is fun, because like brands or whatever and champions and whatever, perfect opportune for Tiffany to cash in again. Cash in fully and like not pussy out this time. Because then making a new
She
champion.
did pussy out.
She's pussied out a few times.
She tried to cash in, and then Spanish Rachel stole the briefcase, and then she got sandwiched between Liv and Spanish Rachel by Nia.
But
So-
this isn't the first time she came down and was like, "All right, guys, I'm ready."
So
And then something happened.
yeah,
Like Nia sitting up like
That's not her
Kane.
fault.
Like it's just I just want her to cash in and win.
She is the ultimate tiffatunist, all right? Like, she needs to pick her her spot. I couldn't
It's tippy
think of a tiff pun for spot, so.
me personally, I really hope they don't do the champion versus champion thing again at Survivor Series because we just did it at Crown Jewel, and I don't want to see Nia versus Liv again, and I don't want to see Gunther versus Cody again.
Oh, yeah, no, we're not doing that at Survivor Series. Survivor Series is War Games now.
Yeah. So like, and also too, like, you don't have to do a champion versus champion situation to like have Tiffany cash in. She could just show up and tease stuff with Liv as well, you know.
What I don't understand, though, is, so we have War Games, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why we're not combining the two things. So that way you have a reason to have War Games every year
Yeah.
without
Mhm.
having to do like they did with Hell in a Cell, where they have to build a story to make it work for the match. Because that's what we complained about, and they took that away. And then we had that great Hell in a Cell with CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, Bad Blood. We're like, yes, this is what it should be, right? So why not make War Games your Survivor Series match, your traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series match in a fucking cage? And you can even make it brand versus brand. So now 5 people from Raw on one side of the cage, 5 people from SmackDown on the other side of the cage, representing their brands, going into War Games, 5-on-5.
I like that, especially starting off next year, not this year, obviously, because they've already set up Bloodline War Games match, because obviously it was setting up there. But eventually you're gonna run out of excuses to like run out of big factions to have these War Games matches because before with Judgment Day,
doesn't have to be big factions.
No, but some sort of faction, some sort of union.
I mean, we've just seen the women just go in there 5-on-5.
Yeah,
we can do the
which
NXT
I like better. Which I like better,
by the way. Like,
give the NXT women the War Games match. Main roster women, not gonna lie, don't deserve it.
Yeah, but I like Matt's idea because, especially if they do kind of like a brand versus brand thing, where it's Adam Pearce versus Nick Aldis, and they choose their teams of both men and women to represent Raw to do the traditional Survivor Series War Games match there. I think it'd be a good idea to make it a consistent thing every year without having to set up the story.
And then do the thing that we've been saying for fucking ever and make it mean something and have the person who gets the final pin to win the match get the number 30 spot in the Royal Rumble. So whether it be the brand gets the 30 spot or the person that gets the win in Survivor Series War Games gets the 30 spot, make it mean something to win the War Games match. Have it so the winner of Survivor Series gets number 30 at the Royal Rumble, and then the winner of the Rumble gets the main event of WrestleMania.
I like where you're going, but I would if it was to be the 30 spot in the Rumble to be at stake, I would prefer it to just be for the brand specifically because I don't want it because like let's say fucking like Dominic Mysterio gets the fucking pin. You want Dominic Mysterio to be the 31 and going into it, like that's the thing. I don't want to know who's number 30.
Vince is like, I'm not saying I don't want Freddie Guerrero as 30. I just want to be surprised when it happens.
Yeah, exactly. But if not that, then whoever wins War Games, they get a championship match. Like they become like number one contenders or something.
Okay, you're number one chick contender. Anything from SmackDown? Not good enough for Ritter.
I gotta think.
Your shot?
Bailey versus Candace.
Yeah, well, not good enough for Ritter.
I
love them both, but it had no point. There was nothing to it. It was just a match.
Yeah, I mean,
And
I'm just saying that's why it wasn't on there for me.
Oh,
that's why I didn't take notes.
I liked it. Well, it was cool because Bailey like grew up watching Candace, which is crazy. Like Candace has been in the business for like 20 years.
Same.
Yeah. It's literally insane if you think about it. So Bailey like outsmarting like someone she grew up watching was kind of cool.
I liked it. I think that might have been everything. I mean, Mercy Machine Guns beat A-Town Down Under, so that was cool.
Yeah, it wasn't cool. Chris Sabin looks terrible. Alex Shelley still looks the same. Chris Sabin looks like dog shit.
What? Like, do you mean just
not
like
in ring? Like his face.
No, I know what you mean. But I look at Chris Sabin, I'm like, you know what? You look good for your age. And then I look at Alex Shelley. I'm like, Alex Shelley, you look like you've been like snorting. Like
I'm googling.
I don't think you know who is who in Motor City Machine Guns.
Alex Shelley is the one with the long hair. Chris Sabin
that looks the exact same way he has looked his entire life and has not changed.
Okay, so Chris Sabin is 42.
He looks 52.
Alex Shelley is 41.
He looks 31 at best.
No. Alex Shelley looks older. Alex Shelley looks
You are crazy.
Alex Shelley has like bags under his eyes. He's like
so do I, and I'm 28. What the fuck does that mean?
Chris Sabin looks like my ball sack.
Ew.
So you're saying your ball sack isn't appealing? Because you're saying
I don't find my ball sack appealing, but to prove the point that Melissa's been making, apparently Vince thinks my ball sack looks great for its age.
Oh my god! To be fair, I haven't seen your ball sack, so I can't be a judge.
It looks just like Chris Sabin.
I'm not writing that down.
Anything else you want to talk about before we get out of here?
No.
You want to continue to talk about my ball sack for 30 more seconds?
No, let's get the fuck out of here, man. Like,
all right,
Chris
Vince.
Yes.
since you're here,
Yes.
since you did a great job hosting the one of the 2 weeks that I was off, even though you did what you did earlier tonight, why don't you tell everyone where they can find you and that episode that you were on before you showed up here?
Well, I would recommend everybody follow me on Instagram and Twitter and everybody else at 606 Universe. Spell out the first 6. That's the podcast YouTube that I'm gonna try to build up. So I'm gonna try to do more wrestling content on the YouTube. So at 606 Universe over there, and check out the Get Your Podcast on the Twitter, on Instagram, and everywhere else. Go check out Circle of Debate Network on YouTube. That's where we go live with the video versions of the episodes. If not, we've been able to do video versions of Get Show on Spotify, so check it out there. We did karaoke this week, so that was fun. We were singing.
Half baked potato.
Half baked. Fuck. You can follow me on Twitter, KatieWrestling13, link to about to all things She Elite Showcase, twitch.tv/She Elite Showcase, and youtube.com/She Elite Showcase, typically Thursdays, 6 p.m. Eastern-ish. Getting off this happening tomorrow. Matt's mad at me because I won't be here next week, but I gave him at least a week's notice because I'm nice. And then getting off again. Yeah. And I wrote stuff. So, yeah.
Substack about the Women's United States title and 8 possibilities that don't include Charlotte Flair that you guys should go check out.
It does not include Charlotte Flair.
Where do they find that Substack, Katie?
Yeah.
In the link tree in my bio on Twitter, actually.
Oh,
there you go.
So go click that thing. You guys can also follow me at Matt Ritter. This is at MATTRIDDER. No L in there, ladies and gentlemen. Not a single L in my
Riddler?
name. Anywhere.
Riddler.
It was a repeated thing that happened on Wednesday in the chat. On
Circle of Debate?
Yeah.
Damn.
Riddler.
The chat, Riddler this, Riddler that. No, it's Ritter. Also, I had someone call me like a telemarketer, and they said, "Can I speak to Mr. Riddler?" And I'm like, "Ritter," and then they called me Riddler again, and then I hung up on them.
I would have hung up the first time.
That's hilarious.
Anyway, you guys can also follow me at Getting Off for your horror content, at Matt Ritter's for your wrestling content, and everywhere else on social media. TikTok, Threads, Instagram, and Blue Sky at Smackin It Raw. No G in Smackin', just like there's no L in Riddler.
You mean in Riddler? You mean in Ritter?
There's no L in Riddler because it's Ritter.
Man, this is why people get confused.
For Miss Katie Kinsey Bay and the former Pornhub Poppy, my friend Vince, our friend Steve.
Yes.
I am the patron saint of podcast and the word Mad Ritter. This has been your #1 wrestling podcast, formerly on Pornhub.